Hi, my name is Sage, quantum healer, spiritual teacher, and my job is to remind you of your magic because you deserve to be happy, quite frankly. As you can see in today's video, we're going to be talking about two things: fear and shame. A lot of times in our childhood, we grow up experiencing a lot of fear. And I want to preface this by saying that you did not deserve to experience the toxicness of your childhood. You didn't deserve to be made to feel that you were not lovable, that you were not enough, that love and safety was something that you had to earn. And there are varying levels of toxicity that we can experience through childhood. It's a spectrum, whether it was you just feeling neglected because both of your parents had to work double time just to provide for you, which is no fault of their own. I think a lot of us can recognize and still have that compassion for our parents while still acknowledging that the fact is we went without our emotional needs being met, right? Or if you're on the other end of that spectrum where you were physically and emotionally abused and a whole bunch of other things that I don't have to name for you to get the point. But the point is that even though the world owes us nothing, you did deserve to know that as a child, love and safety and being wanted and care and being nurtured were not things that you had to earn, okay? So now that I reminded you of that, a lot of times in these situations, we used fear as our primary guide for whether we were going to be okay with that. And we used that fear in order to be people pleasers, in order to isolate ourselves so that other people wouldn't neglect us, so that we felt more in control, and all of these other behaviors that we've learned in order to protect ourselves. Where this becomes an issue is that in our adulthood, we still hold on to these mechanisms rooted in fear. In essence, we go our whole entire adult lives with a foundation based upon fear. And what makes it even worse is that we double down on it and involve shame. We shame ourselves for, one, the things that we had to do in order to protect ourselves and feel safe and feel loved and feel a sense of belonging, okay? Two, we carry shame because a lot of times as children, with our pure hearts and the love that we innately carry, we don't tend to think that our caretakers are the ones doing bad. We tend to internalize their actions, in which we feel shame within ourselves. There must be something wrong with us. There must be something wrong with what I'm feeling. And so we internalize that shame. And I was actually learning a little bit more about it myself earlier today. And something interesting that if I find the video, I'll link it below. But the psychologist said that when we are in situations as a child where someone is mad at us or we are not being treated properly, another reason we tend to internalize that this is happening because of something with me is that because if we let ourselves feel that this is happening because our caretaker is bad, then mentally that puts us in a situation where we won't survive on a primal level if our caretaker is not good. That means we are in physical danger. So to cope, again, we say it's us because we can still survive if it's us. So fast forward to now. You're doing the shadow work. You're doing everything you can to heal. And the first thing you're going to is, oh, I know what this is. It's fear. And you feel good about it. And you're like, I know if I just tackle this fear, then that's the work I need to do. I'll feel so much better. I'll heal. I won't be dealing with these issues anymore, which is true. But the sneaky, I don't want to call it a, you know what, I am going to call it villain. The villain of the story is actually your shame. Your shame is the thing that's telling you that you're not worthy no matter all the healing that you're doing. Your shame is telling you that you're not good enough. Your shame is telling you that you don't deserve to forgive yourself, because how could you have done X, Y, Z? How could you have hurt these people? How could you have, your shame is really the secret hinderer of your growth. And until you learn that when you're shaming yourself, you're really just taking on the voices of the people that hurt you, and that you continuing to self-criticize yourself, criticize the version of you that really just needed someone to protect them and to be there for them, until you realize that you're hurting yourself in that way, tackling the fear, tackling the worth, tackling whatever else you're unearthing within yourself, you're going to have a lot of pushback and you're going to have a hard time. Now, I'm speaking from personal experience here because I like to share my journey with y'all, because we're a collective. We all share a hive mind, and I know that someone can benefit from this. The ways that I am tackling shame is that I am learning within myself to realize that that voice that comes in, let's say for instance, right? Okay, I'll give an example. A lot of us, when we were crying as children, we had parents tell us, fix your face. What are you crying for? Stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about, right? Learning that suppression of your emotions, that could come with you. Let's say you start crying now, right? As an adult, you may have thoughts of like, what are you crying for? This is pathetic. Like you're being a victim, things like that. When I realize that when those thoughts kick in, that's not me. That's the voice of someone else who hurt me as a kid. And so when creating that space of like, wait a minute, those thoughts aren't coming from me, it puts you in a more capable position to see that when that voice kicks in, you step in for yourself in that moment that your inner child needed, because all they wanted to feel was protected. How many times in your childhood did you secretly like fantasize about someone coming in to save you, right? So that's what you do for yourself now. When that voice kicks in, you could see it as like a shadowy figure. You can see it as like someone on the phone. You step in for yourself and you see yourself as an inner child and you say, no. You feel the way that you want to feel. Your feelings are valid. I'm here for you. Don't listen to that person. I'm here to protect you. Doing things like that will help alleviate shame. Visiting moments that are on the front of your brain when you feel like you can't forgive yourself, or you think of prime reasons of how it seems like the world validated the fact that you're not enough. Realize that again, that voice is not you. Those are the voices of other people that hurt you. So again, you see that voice as a shadowy figure, as a phone, as whatever feels good to you. And you say, those people are not you. You came into this world lovable. You came into this world enough. Nothing that anyone else does can take that away from you. They do not dictate your worth. You are worthy because you exist. And a download that I got today, as I was automatic writing, because again, I'm going through this process myself, is my guide told me that we're getting too caught up in our pain matrix. Okay, and that's you can define that as everything we're experiencing is technically a matrix. It's a projection of our higher selves to have an experience, to learn again who we are, so that all that there is knows itself, okay? It's just merely a projection. It's a holographic universe. I think you get what I mean by that. So, my guide was telling me that when we get caught up in the pain matrix, the hurt that we experience while within this simulation, we're forgetting that our true selves is divinity, is pure, unconditional love. So unconditional that we're allowed to have the experience of not being lovable, of not being enough. But when you take a step back, right, and stop looking at your experience through the lens of the pain matrix, you can tap back in to the fact that you are divine, that you are spirit. A wound that I am currently healing from my childhood is feeling like I'm lacking something. I always wanted to be special. I always wanted to be like the star of the show, right? And even then, that word is coming up for me now, the concept of being a star. So something my guy said to me was, how could you not be a star when you are made of the very same things that it takes to create a star? You're too close to the video. You're too close to the game. When you remind yourself to take a step back and say, every now and then just say, wait a minute, I am all there is. I am spirit. I am one with the universe. And I know in my core that my soul, like how could a part of God not feel worthy? How could an aspect of the Creator not feel good enough for creation? You're so special that you need it to exist, because the universe is very efficient. It does not waste energy. It does not waste space. Everything is perfectly and immaculately placed and works cohesively as a system. There are no errors. There are no mistakes. So for you to say that you are not worthy of existence is saying that the universe made a mistake. How? It doesn't work. It physically does not work like that. So that is the message for today. I hope that helps. I think this felt a little long, but I needed to get it out. Someone needed to hear that. Even if just one person is impacted by this video, I'm happy and I've done my job. So if you found this resonated, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Ooh, I almost forgot, but then Spirit was like, you ain't done. I would like to give you a little bit of energetic healing just to support you on this journey. I am a light language activator, and I also do some energy work with my hands. And I would like to provide that for you. If you're like, I'm good, then feel free to click off the video. But if you would just hang around with me for like an extra 2 minutes, I would love to support you in this time. So I invite you to just close your eyes and take a deep breath. I want you to just relax in your body. Maybe move your shoulders up and down, just to release the tension. Roll your neck, unclench your jaw. Really feel the seat or the bed underneath you as it supports you. You are safe and held in this moment, and it's okay. It's okay. You're doing a great job. I'm proud of you. Your spirit team is proud of you. I can tell that you're way too hard on yourself because, again, a lot of us had to be that way in order to survive. We had to think 2 steps ahead. We had to perform. We had to be what we needed to be. So, just keep deep breathing and relax. And I ask for your permission to step into your energy for a moment, for a little bit of a boost from Spirit. And if you consent, just mentally say yes, or you can just click off if you don't want it. So, here we go. ishtana aktana arena. Uf, riketiene irena aktana arat. Inektana rena kietene ire. Anaktana yeriniktenena. Ureniashtanikdene, anaktana reniktene, ienena, ienektiena, reniktene, iktana. Anaye nie kieteniene. Aniere niene kishtana naktiena. I needed that too. May you feel relaxed. You can open your eyes. May you feel soothed. And you got this. You got this. I believe in you. And your soul believes in you too.